The challenges have been complex, and when it comes to kids, there's been rises in depression, anxiety, disordered eating. We recently got on board the province's first mobile mental health walk-in clinic just for young people. The service first started back in 2015. When COVID happened, it moved online, but the demand went through the roof. Now staff are gearing up to hit the road again.
So my name is Nuzhat Fatima Hassan Ali, and I'm a peer support specialist.
So my name is Alana Archibald. I'm one of the nurse practitioners on the MOBYSS team.
A two-person team, they work seamlessly together on board Ontario's first and only mental health walk-in clinic for young people on wheels.
It's just a cool space, right?
No, we don't try to make it very clinical, so it's a fun space.
And safe. The bus is just for 12 to 25-year-olds. There's counseling and confidential care for sexual and physical health, too. Like so many other services, the pandemic forced them to hit the brakes.
I guess when you think back to 2020 and, the world kind of just stopping, what happened here?
We followed public health, whatever was going on at that time, and then we went virtual.
It would have been challenging for you just personally because you're experiencing the pandemic, but I'm sure your thoughts were on the young people that you guys connect with.
Yeah, definitely. There was a lot of going on for the young people, right? Initially, it was a lot of anxiety, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of anger, feelings of anger about what they had planned, what they had imagined for their life, the uncertainties. And then slowly, I think it was even COVID fatigue, right? I'm tired, I thought this would end, like it's prolonging, what am I supposed to do?
Stress can physically manifest too, right? So have you seen like sleeplessness or, it coming out in other ways?
Yeah, I think the sleeplessness is honestly one of the biggest things that I've been seeing. A lot of these clients, they're so stressed out with the uncertainty from the pandemic, everything changing so quickly, not knowing what's going to happen next. Their sleep is really affected, and that's what so many of the youth comment on. They're like, I go to bed and I feel like I'm tired, but then all of a sudden I can't shut my mind off.
Another way, she says, anxiety is presenting in young people is through disordered eating.
I can say for sure that I've seen, like pre-pandemic to now, a huge increase in the number of youth that are coming with like disordered eating. And a lot of it, stems from some body image issues, but it's also due to anxiety. It's, everything around them is out of their control, and it comes back to sometimes, this is a piece of my life that I can't control, and sometimes it tends to spiral. So definitely seeing a lot of that right now.
The MOBYSS has been more important than ever. Why? Because youth has been overly impacted by the pandemic, especially vulnerable youth.
The CEO for the Canadian Mental Health Association in York Region says the coming weeks and months will be critical when it comes to supporting young people.
A lot of young women that are most mental illness starts in youth. Most onset is between the ages of 12 and 17. And so we want to have early identification so that we can help them early. So now that we've had this pandemic and they've been out of school, they may be much worse off. So it's really important that we connect kids to care, which is why this team, this bus that goes to where kids are at, is critical so that they can have fast access to comprehensive holistic services.
What are things that parents need to watch for if, they feel like their kid isn't themselves?
I think it's really important to look for subtle changes. One of the first changes you might notice is a slight decrease in interest in something that their child might have been interested in before. Like for instance, let's say the youth was interested in Leafs before, and then all of a sudden, Leafs game's on and they don't want to watch it anymore. Okay, is this just a one-off or is this going to be a pattern? So there's this lack of interest that I think is one of the big precursors to some of these anxiety and depression disorders that we're seeing. Also some change in personality. Was the youth really bubbly and happy before, or not even that, just, kind of even keel, but now they're having a lot of emotional ups and downs.
And as we kind of move into this next chapter, they're reintegrating to school and social settings. What do you think is going to be important in this next little while?
I think it's important for them to keep up that hope and to really reach out if they need that support. It's a changing world, right? So even some of them are anxious about, okay, what if now if I get COVID, or what if there's a setback again? There's a lot of what ifs and questions, and still those so really kind of trying to stay in the present, take it a day at a time. I think even at home, and families and parents, if they normalize that it's okay to feel angry, it's okay, validate that it's okay you're upset about these things, right? What can we do to support you? It's not wrong of you to feel like things didn't go the way you planned, right? If we start normalizing that and supporting them and saying it's okay to reach out to help, right? We're here to help, we're here, you can call us, reach out, talk to someone. It can really help kind of feel better and know what to do next, right? Once we understand and they get that validation and it's okay to feel this way, then the next steps kind of fall into place, for sure.
MOBYSS has been so popular, there are plans for a second bus. If you're not in York Region, there are plenty of programs right across the province. You can head to the Canadian Mental Health Association's website and check out services in communities across Ontario.